Hey, Sharice. Hey, Miss Philadelphia. How y'all doing today? Hey, Miss Pretty Wings. Hey, on-site April. I'm glad you're here. I am glad you're here. Hey, Mrs. Royal. How you doing? Hey, True Black Cheetah. Oh, I'm doing fine, Sharice. I'm kind of busy. Hey, Clyde. Flammable. Hey, T. Trisha. How you doing? Hey, Miss T. Trisha. Hey, the mean girl. Hey, Trenta. You guys, would you mind please hitting the like button on your way in the door? I appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, Miss Jones. How you doing? Ciao. All right, we're gonna go on and get started. Thank you guys for joining me this afternoon. I really appreciate it. I just want to hop on real fast, because I talked to where I've been. Busy, child, just busy. I've been really, really busy. You know how it is. You know, it's a lot going on in the world right now, and I'm being busy. I've been busy, but I had to come on today. Like I was getting ready to say, hey, Miss Vonnie, how you doing? Pizarro had a panel last night, and I want to kind of touch on it because I think it kind of ended abruptly. I don't know if she was finna end it anyway, but the part where what I had to do with the conversation, and you guys know that me and Pizarro and other folks, hey Kim, hey Demetrius, we have gotten into it with YouTube beef, over and over again, back and forth, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. It is what it is. But y'all know how I feel about serious conversations. And last night on Pizarro's chat, she was having a serious conversation. She was having one of her conspiracy theory videos. And the conversation they were talking about the virus, right? And so I wanted to join in on the conversation. It wasn't nothing petty. It wasn't about roasting and gagging. It was about what's going on with the virus, right? So I want to join the conversation. Um, Pizarro was talking at first, and she was doing a presentation. And I also want to talk about some of that presentation that she was doing, because she was she was taught the first part of the presentation was about Kanye West and that situation with his album release. Somebody please don't let me forget about that, right? I want to talk about that Donda, that thing that man was talking about on that thing. So anyway, so the conversation she starts talking about the virus. Now I don't know if April or Miss Cruiser jumped on first, but I think Miss Cruiser might have jumped on first. And Miss Cruiser is, she's for the vaccine or whatever, which is fine. And like I said, I'm very skeptical about the vaccine. I wouldn't ever impose my views on anybody else, but I will, discuss my views on the vaccine and articulate my stance, pro and con when it comes to the vaccine, right? Especially can't speak individual. Okay. Yeah, okay, yeah. Thank you, on site. No, oh no, Miss Olivia. Girl, you a mess. So anyway, even as April on site April came up and she asked a very good question. And Cruiser was first. Okay, thank you, on site. So April came up and she asked a very good question, right? And the question she was asking was, I find it very interesting that, we're having all these block parties and stuff. And we're talking about the children and the virus. Really, that's what I was focused on, right? It's easy for us to have these block parties now, and, all this and all that. And I was like, yeah, they want people to come outside. This virus is geared towards, our children. In my opinion, and keep reminding me of that, Clyde, okay? In my opinion, it's geared towards our children because I remember saying last night, you guys have to go look at the live. It's a very good live, okay? It's a very good conversation. But I'm touching on it for a specific reason, right? And so we got to talking about the kids and the virus. And like I said, April asked a very good question because she was wondering why all of a sudden is it so easy for us to get, like permits to do these like street parties and all this and all that, right? And after I heard her say that, I had already had a hard. I told y'all that I've been busy. I had a hard couple of days. these schools done started back up, and I know of 3 children that have been lost via this virus. And that's very hard for me. And sometimes it's hard for me to come online and do the BS when I got some real stuff going on in the background. And thank God, nobody in my family, has passed away. I offered my condolences on the side note to Jay Wilson. I think it was the day before yesterday. He let us know that his brother passed away from COVID. And he had been talking about the vaccine several times. Jay Wilson had. I don't know if his brother was vaccinated or not, but he did say he lost his brother to COVID. And I was like, oh my God, that coupled with the fact that there's all kind of natural disasters going on in the world right now. I'm praying for the people in Louisiana, as well as Mississippi, I believe, and anybody that's been affected by Hurricane Ida or Ada. Ida, I think it is, right? And yeah, also I was talking about the free concerts and all this and all that, to get the kids out. And so Jay Wilson said his bro wasn't vaccinated. Okay. No, he wasn't vaccinated. Okay, thank you guys. Yeah, I didn't know if he said he was or not. I just know he said that his brother passed away. And so yeah, but I didn't hear him say the part about if whether he was vaccinated. I know he did a video. I didn't listen to the video, but I read the post. So I don't think in the post he said whether he was vaccinated or not. Only that he wouldn't be on that day, because he lost his family member or whatever, right? And so anyway, um, and so yeah, April was questioning why all of a sudden all of this is going on, right? Now people have suspected, and even the media hinted at, because as soon as we start figuring it out, because we have common sense that there's something fishy going on, they'll pop up with a new revelation about the vaccine if you're paying attention, right? So a while back, people were starting to wonder if the virus was airborne, right? So then the media comes out, and common sense is going to tell you it's somewhat airborne, right? And thank you, onsite. I appreciate it. Okay, yeah, I'm so yeah. It was so sad. TS looked so tore up about her mom. And so anyway, y'all, a little bit after that, they come out with these news reports saying that the if why it's so important to wear a mask, because like if you don't have a mask on and you've got COVID and you cough or sneeze, those particles can go out into the air, and the virus remains in the air, for a certain amount of time, all of this and all of that, which means it's airborne, right? And so they came out with that because people started questioning that, right? So when April started talking about why all of a sudden you're having all these concerts, you got this Delta variant, the kids are going back to school. A lot of these states are against, mask mandates. It's just crazy, right? And so I was like, you know what, she's absolutely right about that. That question is absolutely on point, right? And so, and also when it comes to we were talking about when it comes to the virus, how how uh I'm sorry, I was trying to read the chat. How uh like I said, the mask mandates and all of this and all that, they want the kids back in school. What I was gonna say was when the virus first came out, when it first hit, it killed a lot of elderly people. It was targeted towards elderly people, right? A lot of the elderly was passing away. They were saying a lot of the elderly was passing away. Y'all please hit the like button if you don't mind. Thank you. And they said that a lot of black people, were gonna pass away. This is when it first came out, right? And so we know that not a lot of our people were dying via the vaccine. I mean, via the virus when it first came out, right? And so it went from the elderly people. That was the first wave of it. Now the second wave, if you guys can remember, it was targeted toward, um, targeted toward, like 18 to 20 years old, on up to about 45. I say 45 to 54, 55, right? That was the second wave of it. They were saying these young people, were spreading the virus, right? Middle-aged young people, middle-aged people, spreading the virus, right? And now, since the Delta variant has come out, this third wave, now it's targeting what? Children, all right? But first they said they let it come out. They said, they said the vaccine is safe for young people starting at age, what is it, 16? Age 16, I believe, or something like that, 12 to 16 or something like that, right? So they have a virus for that. But they open the schools back up. They don't want the kids wearing a mask in school, and all of this and all of that. The thing about that is when it's just attacking these, when you take elementary age kids, right? They cannot even be vaccinated. There has not been a vaccine approved for these babies in school. You can go to school as early as kindergarten, right? And so is it 12? Okay, thank you. 12. Starting at age 12, the vaccine has been approved. But under 12, all those kids that's in elementary school, they cannot be vaccinated anyway. But you want them to go to school, without a mask on. They can't be vaccinated. What is the reasoning for that, right? So you hear on the news again, and you hear about all these children getting sick. And even if you got the teenagers taking the virus, right, for the middle and high school, of course, all of them are not going to be vaccinated. And even if they are, they said you still can, get sick and pass the virus on, even if you have been vaccinated, right? But they still got a problem with the mask mandate, right? They don't want to mandate the mask. I find it very interesting. Why would you not want somebody, especially these children, to protect themselves, especially the ones that are elementary school age? They can't even be vaccinated. So what's your argument for that? And common sense is telling me now, we talked about the elderly, we talked about the middle age. Now they're talking in the babies, right? It is crazy, right? It's right, mixed information. Darn if you do and darn if you don't. So say you got these elementary age kids, right? And say every adult in your home has been vaccinated. Say you live with your grandparents live with you, or your grandmother. How sometimes we take care of our elders in our family, right? So they've been vaccinated though. So you got your baby, you getting him out of school. He's in third grade, right? He's been in school all day. He hasn't worn a mask. You know what I mean? And even if he's worn a mask, he's still been there all day. All right. So he come home and he becomes a super spreader. He passes on the virus, the Delta variant, because they say it's highly contagious. He passes that on to, somebody in your family. You know what I mean? All because these babies can't even be vaccinated. So make it make sense. Who spread the Delta by reading unmasked? 24 kids, 22 tested, 12 positive. All too young to be vaccinated. No, I didn't read about that voodoo, but wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. And so, let me read this right here. Cherie said the parents are mad about the mask. They pulled them out of school, the virtual due to this. Well, let me tell you what's going on around here. They made it really, really hard for people to sign up their kids for online schooling, right? Now we did it for my the only child in this family, and I said it last night, this homeschool is my 8-year-old nephew, and he's severe asthmatic, right? Which means he's got a pre-existing health condition. So he got online school. The other ones, they are older, and they, the thing is, them being homeschooled at school last year was agonizing. It was so sad to watch. They were so happy. We preach. I don't care what nobody else doing. You better have that mask on, and you better be washing your hands. Don't touch your face. If I find out you ain't been wearing that mask on, whether you want to be pulled out of school or not, you're going to be pulled out of school. You better at least have that mask on all day, right? So, he don't have a. If we find out that they ain't been having their mask on, they just gonna get pulled anyway. But there's so many people out of school for being sick from the virus that they're starting to close a couple of counties. Every day it's another couple of counties, and the schools are shutting down because of low attendance because they're sick from the virus, teachers and students, right? And so, anyway, like I said, there's only one, the smallest one. He can't go to school, got a pre-existing health condition. But the other ones, and it's gonna be so sad when their school get closed down because they were so happy, and it's so unfair to these babies that they can't go to school and be saved. Hey, Brand, it's so sad, but it's getting so bad because of ignorant people. Not even wanting these some ignorant people not wanting the kids to even wear the mask in school, which I think is a setup anyway, right? I think it's a setup. The thing is stronger. If you can contract it easier, now you got more black people dying from it because, like I said last night, I believe this is my opinion. My opinion alone. I'm gonna say allegedly, and I'm gonna say my opinion. I believe via my common sense that they keep tweaking with that thing and making it stronger. And how are you targeting certain groups of people? We're down to the third group of people, which is the children that have been targeted. I'm like, really? Do they think we stupid? Like you playing in people's faces, right? And so, yes, this absolutely going to get worse. Absolutely. So anyway, let me read this. Class said clinical trials for the 5 to 11, I guess 11 years old of age group, are currently in progress. Yeah, I've heard that, which means those children will likely become vaccine eligible around the fall or early winter. Yes, I did hear that part. Um, White House Chief Medical Advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci told NBC's Today on Tuesday there will be a separate evaluation for children 2 to 5, with babies 6 months to 2 years old in the final, I guess, in the final trial. In the final trial. Thank you for that, Clyde. Thank you for the info. Lady Knuckles said, and I was reading about the new variant that is running rampant. Yes, yes, I heard about the new. There was a new variant detected in South Africa. I heard about that. That has went everywhere. And I know it's here, and I know it's here in the States, strong enough to knock out the vaccines. Absolutely, it keeps replicating. It keeps replicating, and I don't even. And Africa was brought up last night too. Um, I don't even. I think that they have created something, and perhaps they didn't expect it. Maybe, or maybe they did. They. This is my opinion, right? This is all my opinion. I do, I can see it being out of control because if it's man made, it's not nature born. There's no way it's nature born, in my opinion. But if it's constructed in a lab, of course it's gonna have the ability to replicate, right? But what if they couldn't even imagine it replicating and getting stronger and stronger and stronger? That's why things keep getting worse and worse and worse. It's like literally watching in slow motion the movie that show, what is it? What is it? The Walking Dead, right? Because the Walking Dead, they had a virus and all this. And all. I ain't talking about zombies. I'm just talking about how it got worse and worse and worse, and people were it knocked off the grid, and just because people were dying everywhere. It was total chaos and total shutdown of the whole world, right? And so, what if they created this bio weapon and really it's gotten out of control? It just keeps replicating and getting stronger and stronger and stronger. We don't know what's going on, right? It's crazy that they're being not honest with us, right? And they still playing games. And so when I heard about that South African variant, and I wasn't even surprised, and I wasn't even surprised that they would say they detected in South Africa, as opposed to last night we were talking about. Oh, right, before I get to that part, right? So anyway, the focus was on the kids because was because of what on site April said, right? Because my concern right now are these children in schools, and they are putting them, literally putting our children in harm's way. That is the reason why I popped up on the panel. Okay, that was a serious conversation. in my opinion. It wasn't no time, to be roasting and it wasn't no roasting and gagging, right? And I enjoyed. Hey Lex, I hope you were doing. Well, I don't know what. I hope you're doing all right, Lex. Nobody was what we was having a serious conversation, right? I enjoyed the debate with Miss Cruiser, back and forth or whatever, right? So we're talking, uh, and we're debating, right? And so, oh, and I want to say about that vaccine too. When it comes to the children of the vaccine, I don't know if it was brought up. Like Pizarro brought up last night about how these kids are, some of these kids getting sick from the virus, right? Some of the teenagers, they took the virus, not the virus, but the shot. They took the shot, and they ended up having some heart problems. They ended up having swelling of the heart, a fluid on the heart, and things of that nature, right? And so I heard them talking about, they're wondering what the lasting effects are going to be on all of these children that have contracted, the virus. They're worrying about, how's it going to affect how's it going to affect them long term? Is it going to affect, how's it going to affect their lungs? How's it going to affect their brain? How's it going to affect their heart? These are all the things that they are starting to wonder about the children in general. I really got to stop reading this chat because I'm getting sidetracked. But they're starting to wonder about the lasting effects when it comes to the children. And I think that it is so, oh my God, it's just so, ugh. The whole thing is just so inhumane, in my opinion, And it's just really bad, you know. And so yeah, and so yeah, it's just really sad. And so what was this now? Nicole says my mom is having chest pains, but she's over 65, so the vaccine may affect older people differently. So was she having chest pains after because of the vaccine? Is that what you're saying? Okay, so let me go and say this, right? So uh so we were talking about that. We're having a good conversation, right? Me and like I said, me and I absolutely agree it's evil. There's something else going on. That's why I want y'all to let me forget to talk about that Donda, that Kanye West debacle, right? And so anyway, we're having a good debate. I enjoyed the debate with Miss Cruiser. You know what I mean? So Pizarro really likes that Anglo interloper over there, right? So the Nina chick, I'm just gonna say her name one time. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I just want y'all to know who I'm talking about, right? So she's twerking down there in the chat a little bit. And also there's some other Anglo interlopers, down there in Pizarro's chat. They saying all this and saying all that and blah blah blah. But you're not a virologist and you're not, yeah, but I ain't stupid either. I got common sense. And they can't stand when we get together and try to figure out what's going on in our community and how to keep especially our young ones safe, because we know that they are the future, right? So they're down there, they're real hyped up. I don't like her. I bet you don't like me, bitch, because I ain't stupid, right? So anyway, we having a debate back and forth, everybody talking, and it's just grown folks talking, right? So up pops the Anglo interloper, right? So she get up there, and I was like, oh shit. Now I'm not trying to disrespect nobody's chat in the first place, right? I'm not trying to do that, right? I don't even care. I'm not trying to disrespect your chat, right? But y'all know I got a bad temper, right? So she gets up there. First thing she said, I was quiet at first. People speaking to her, whatever. I'm quiet. So first thing she say when she get a chance to talk is she's referring to a statement um that she's referring to a statement that on site April said about the street carnivals and stuff. Let me block this person. About the street carnivals and stuff, right? And she was like, "Well, I wouldn't know anything about that." But then again, I've been in the house for a while. Now, see, that's an underhanded, snide remark, right? And I catch everything. Okay, I'm especially going to catch some kind of shady ass, condescending, racist ass comment coming out of the Anglo interloper bitch's mouth, right? So she gonna say that. And I was like, no, this bitch did. Like, she don't know, she don't know nothing about no, street party or nothing, or, nothing like that, because she's not from the hood. That's what she was saying in so many words, right? And so, but I got it, you know what I mean? And so, and I didn't appreciate it, right? So we up here having a conversation about what's going on in our community in particular. I can't talk about or expound upon, I can only imagine what's going on in non-black people's communities, because I live in a predominantly black community. I am a black person. I am worried about our black children, right? And it's not trying to downgrade or demean anybody else's community or even anybody else's race. I'm just worried about mine first, okay? I feel like mine got a target on their back, right? These babies, right? So she get up with that bullshit, all right? And so that was a snide. I didn't appreciate it. Like, I did not appreciate it. Y'all please hit the like button. So I said something, and I called her a bitch. Like I said, y'all can go back and, look the video. It was a good video up until she came up there, right? So I had to call her a bitch because I caught that remark. I don't even know if April, I don't even know if you called it, you or Miss Cruiser. But, after I said that, they probably thought the whole shit, it was finna be a shit show. You know what I mean? And so Cruiser jumped off and April jumped off. And I really hate that I had to say that to her. You know what I mean? So I apologized to Bizarro and I jumped off the panel, right? So I jumped off the panel. They was already gone. I jumped. I don't know if they left because of me or her or both of us, right? And so I gets off the panel. I drops down, and her and Pizarro was still up there. And then she proceeds to say, yeah, nobody's safe. Nobody. The virus at the end of the day, it don't discriminate, but it is targeting people. It is targeting my community in particular. Yes, it is. All right. Anyway, and that is my opinion. And I got a right to my opinion because we talked about medical apartheid. We talked about the book Medical Apartheid. We talked about how they have experimented on us, for decades and decades, for clearly over a century. They have experimented on black people. And I mentioned that on the panel last night. They feel like, or felt like at the time they were experimenting on us, and still do to this day, feel like we don't feel pain. They liken black people to animals, right? But the thing about they think of us, some of them think of us as being less than animals, right? Because what do you do when an animal is hurt? What you do when an animal is hurt? I ain't talking about your little dog. You can take it to the doctor, whatever. I'm talking about, say you got a horse and the horse is done broke his leg and it's gone down, right? What do you do because you don't want that animal to hurt and you don't want, and it's inhumane to let that animal suffer? What you do, you shoot the animal in the head, right? Because it's inhumane to let it suffer, right? But they will did experiments on us. Okay, I talked about gynecology. What about the Tuskegee? What about everything else that they've done to us? Okay, but they won't show us no humanity. They will just keep on and keep on and keep on and inflicting pain on us. Do you see what I'm saying? So, even in the Constitution of the United States of America, we're considered to be 3/5 of a human being. So I feel like I have a valid argument when it comes to the way healthcare and these biologists and whatever else, how they feel, how they feel, like they have some kind of right to continuously experiment on us, right? So that was my point when I brought that up. And so, like I said, I had to call her a bitch because she made the snide comment. That was on the side note, y'all. Sorry about that. She made the side comment, and I said what I said, to call her a bitch, whatever. And I got down off the platform, the panel, right? So, of course, I'm still listening. The first thing that come out of this dumb bitch mouth, this cracker whore's mouth, okay, this trailer park trash mouth, is she gonna try to say I was ignorant because I called her a bitch? I don't know what I'm talking about. And if you notice, whenever you have a black person advocating for black people, they got a problem with it. And so I had them upset. But it ain't, but y'all don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Nina. It ain't just you. They got a problem with me. Anglos have a problem with me, honey, wherever I go. Okay? Yes, they do. But it's okay. It'll be all right. But anyway, so she said that. So after the, oh, and then she had the nerve to say that I was spreading misinformation. As if, bitch, as if I do more than Google search or click on a video to try to get information when it comes to black people. The reason why the bitch, this another reason why I know this bitch is Anglo, right? And anything I say, you can research it, okay, and go find it out for yourself, okay? I wouldn't be saying it if I didn't feel like it was a valid point. It wouldn't be coming out of my mouth. But to demean what I'm saying, because I'm trying to sound the alarm to people, to kind of offset that, you will say something you feel like you want to get up here and say, like, I'm ignorant because I called you a bitch. Let me tell you something, you piece of trailer park trash, honey. When I called you a bitch, I was doing you a service, okay? Because I didn't call you what I wanted to call you because that is Pizarro's chat, okay? Pizarro likes you. I was respecting Pizarro enough. But you piece of trailer park trash bitch, I don't give a fuck about nothing that you think about me, honey. You non-fully formed motherfucking human being, okay? You got that crazy ass motherfucking Neanderthal blood coursing through your brain, bitch, and you want to have the gall, the unmitigated gall, to call me ignorant, you uncivilized whore. Bitch, you 24 hours from hanging out of a tree and scratching your back with your long ass fingernails again, bitch. How dare you? You got the nerve, bitch. I done forgot more. I done learned and forgot more in my whole life, bitch, than you will ever know sitting in the back of that motherfucking trailer park, bitch. And like I told you last night, for you ever try to come, bitch, and call me ignorant and say I was spreading misinformation as if I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, bitch. You need to read a book, bitch. You need to read a couple of 2, 3, or 4, or 10 books, bitch, before you can ever get on my level, whore, when it comes to whatever it is that I'm talking about. See, bitch, don't let this cursing in this accent fool you, whore. Okay? You piece of trailer park trash. Bitch, you got me fucked up. You came up there to usurp the conversation, and I wasn't finna let you do it. Because, bitch, I don't give a fuck about you or your motherfucking kind, bitch. It is about me and mine. Okay? And I don't give a fuck what you feel about it. I don't give a fuck what my people feel about it. I don't give a fuck. We know this, bitch. I said what I said. I feel what I feel. I don't like the fucking Anglo interlopers. This ain't no motherfucking surprise or no shock, bitch. But like I said, bitch, I didn't say what I wanted to say to you last night because it was on somebody's panel. But I can say what I want to say over here, you retarded whore. You stupid bitch. You the one stupid bitch. You motherfuckers didn't even know how to bathe your own motherfucking body, bitch, until the blackamoors came over and showed you how to motherfucking do it, bitch. Don't you ever try to put me in the same box as you, bitch, when it comes to being ignorant, whore. Okay? For as long as you got that defective ass shit running through you, bitch, don't you, bitch? I'm a fully formed human being, bitch. Okay? Don't you ever. I don't give a fuck about you, whore. You play too much, bitch. I'm just motherfucking saying. You play too much. That's what's wrong with you motherfuckers. All right? And I don't know why motherfuckers be impressed by these motherfuckers, but I'm not. That's why they don't like me. All right? If you really want to know. That's why they don't like when I'm talking to my motherfucking people about the motherfucking truth. Because they don't want you to motherfucking look after yourself. They don't want you to be hip to the science. They don't want you to know what's going on. That's why they go off on talking about some shit in Africa. Bitch, the reason why you always talking about Africa, bitch, is because you don't want nobody to talk about what's going on in the United States of America, bitch. You are talking to motherfucking Americans, bitch. We are black motherfuckers Americans, bitch. We cannot worry about what's going on in the motherland and worry about what's going over here too, bitch. But another way you deflect from the conversations when black Americans, when ADOS Americans are talking amongst themselves, they're trying to figure out what's going on. The one way that you motherfuckers deflect is by start talking about Africa. Okay? That's what you're doing. All right? I know what you're doing, bitch. All right? Well, if it didn't, it would appear if it was so bad or whatever, and it was trying to kill black people, wouldn't it have decimated Africa? No, bitch. No, you dumb bitch. Like I said, bitch, put the goddamn Google thing down, bitch, and open the motherfucking book, bitch. Okay? And after you get through reading medical apartheid, bitch, follow that up with the Dr. Chris Wilson papers, the ISIS papers. Follow it up with that, bitch. Okay? And after you get through with that, after you arm yourself with that kind of knowledge, bitch, and that's just the tip of the iceberg, why don't you pick up a book called White Rage, bitch, and learn about your own motherfucking self, bitch? Why don't you motherfucking do that? Okay? Now, I just gave you 3 books that you can read and give yourself some education if you can read. Don't let the big words scare you away. It'll be okay, right? So before you step to me, bitch, and try to say imply that I'm stupid, or I'm lying, or I'm ignorant, or I'm dispersing misinformation like you whores, okay? Read your motherfucking books and get back with me, bitch. Okay? But until then, shut the fuck up, bitch. Okay? I'm just motherfucking saying. All right? And if what you calling ignorant is me cussing you out, bitch, you have no idea. All right, bitch? I'm just motherfucking saying. Bitch, I be ignorant. I be anything you want me to be, up to and including, bitch, a child of motherfucking God, bitch. But what I will never be is you, bitch. I will never be you, bitch. I will never be in the back of that motherfucking trailer park, bitch. Okay? I will never be a 6-pack drinking, hurry back scratching, just whatever it is, bitch. Okay? That's what I will never be. All right? And I will never ever be impressed by your motherfucking ass, bitch. I don't give a fuck whose chat you twerking, bitch. I don't give a fuck how much you try to insert your motherfucking ass in black people's business, bitch. You will never be me, bitch. Okay? Moving right along. Sorry about that, guys. So that's what happened, right? So I got there after the I asked Pizarro for the link again. That's right, misunderstood. That's part of the problem too. Bitch running around her like she licking the bottom of her goddamn heels and stuff. Got the nerve to try to step to me. Bitch, you done lost your goddamn mind, bitch. Do you know who the fuck you talking to, Nita? I don't think you do. Like, I really don't. The fuck? Anyway, move right along. Child. Oh, the nerve. Oh, anyway. Sorry about that. But, got sidetracked. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, really? I like, your DNA hasn't even evolved to Cro-Magnon man status, and you want to talk shit to a fully formed human being? But okay, girl. Anyway, do you? Anyway, we're right along. So, after she said a little spiel or whatever, you know, she set out to derail the video, and that's what she did. You know what I mean? And try to mock and throw everybody else off, because like I said, you know, they don't like when we have conversations of that nature, right? And so that's what she set out to do. So after she said that statement, I asked for Pizarro to give me the link again, right? And I had to come up because, like I said, I have a quick temper. Everybody know this, especially when it comes to the Anglo interloper. It's gonna happen, right? It's going to happen, right? And so, I got up her and I told her why, and you know, I apologized to her and I apologized to Pizarro, not her. Let me repeat. I meant what the fuck I said to that bitch. I meant whatever I said last night. I mean it now, bitch. Whatever I ain't saying what you think I mean that too, shit, bitch. Everything derogatory about you, bitch, I mean that shit. Okay? But anyway, I apologize to Pizarro for losing it up on her chat, because it was a very good panel, and I was so happy that she was having that type of conversation, because it is a lot of stuff that a lot of young people, a lot of young mothers don't even realize it's going on. Okay? And so if they can get a heads up, they can know what they can peep game, you know what I mean, and know what to look for. So that's why the number one reason why I hit that panel, you know, and the number two reason why I hit that panel, like I said, it was a serious conversation, and I want to, you know, share a little bit of the you know, the knowledge that I had about the situation, especially when it comes to them putting our children in the line of fire. You know, so yeah, but I went up there and I apologized to Pizarro. Like I said, not that piece of trailer park trash, no. But Pizarro, that was a very good live, and I hope she do a live like that again. I hope she do it a lot because she has a demographic over there, a different demographic than my demographic. Do you see what I'm saying? She's more younger people are attracted to her channel because that's her demographic. You know, so if you could get up there and you can tell these people, you know, these young mothers and stuff, something that they can look out for, and what the and peep and let them peep game. You see what I'm saying? To what's really going on with their kids and how they're trying to take us out. They're trying to take our kids out. They're trying to take us out through our kids, trying to make them super spreaders. Do you see? That shit is crazy. In my opinion, that's what they're trying to do. And like I said, it's happening. No, the virus does not discriminate, but they keep tweaking it. Okay? They keep messing with it. They keep targeting people. But like I said, this ain't the first time, and it ain't gonna be the last time. There, you know, we've got many accounts of these people doing experiments on us. Like it ain't something new. And then people wonder why some black people don't trust the healthcare industry. You know, they don't know whether to trust what's been coming out of people's mouths. They don't know whether to trust the information or not. You know, because they got a right to be untrustworthy when it comes to healthcare. That's why I suggested that book, Medical Apartheid. They got it right. Even if they don't know why they leery or they feel a way about it, they still feel a way about it in their spirit. Okay, because so much has been done to us. You know, and so it's okay. It's understandable why we would be leery, you know, some of us. You know, and so that's why it was also important that Miss Cruiser was up there, you know, so that we could have the debate. Because, you know, she is pro-vaccine, and me, I just say choose what's best for you, you know. And so that's why it was so important. It was even important for April to get up there, like I said, and ask the question that she asked, because it circled back around to the children, because they are under attack right now. You know, so the whole thing was just really good. Like, even Pizarro's presentation was good. I really enjoyed it, like, for real. I'll BS aside. Like, I really did. And so I just want to come on and tell y'all about that. You know, it just really it really bothered me how that clown, that interloper, got up there and tried to change the conversation simply because they can't see, they don't like it, you know, when we're talking, number one, when we're talking amongst ourselves and we're not arguing and fussing and fighting, they get their whole life when that's going on. But when they see you not arguing and fighting and actually trying to figure something out, oh my God, that makes them feel away. You know, it makes them nervous. You know? And so they don't like stuff like that. So that's why they were so agitated. So they figured they tried out their head, you know, Anglo interloper, because evidently she's getting them into more rooms. You know what I mean? And there was a whole bunch of them down there, like I said, twerking in the chat or whatever. So they bring her up because I guess she's being celebrated right now, you know, because she, you know, it's whatever she got going on with herself. And she comes up there and try to usurp the whole conversation. No, bitch. I don't motherfucking think so. You weird ass whore. Sit your ass down in the corner somewhere, bitch, and learn something. All right? I'm just saying. Anyway, so that happened. But overall, it was a good panel, Pizarro, if you're listening to this, and I really enjoyed it. Thank you for having a freaking conversation. All right? And so, also, on that panel, a little bit of the beginning of the video, one part of the video, they started talking about Kanye West, right? And they were talking about the fact that um now I had to go look and find, because I don't know nothing about this Kanye West and this Donda album. That is not my world anymore. And I've never been into Kanye West like that, right? So the person on the screen, the little bit I heard Satanic Ritual, I heard Marilyn Manson, I heard Kanye West, and that made my antennas go up. So, but before I got to ask Pizarro more about that, we started talking about, the virus and, the vaccine and all this and all that, right? She had an agenda. She said that in this sector, you can't learn anything. You're always dropping gems. Monty Q does the same. Pizarro does too, and others. Yeah, I don't know why she would say just ignorant. Just don't nobody pay attention to that trash. But thanks for saying it, Esther, because I didn't know she said that, dumb bitch. But anyway, move right along. So yeah, I want to ask her more about, what she felt herself about the that Donda thing, right? Because I think that the person on the video was trying to tie it into um the 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 trying to tie it into maybe the virus or something. I can't really tell. But anyway, we got sidetracked talking about something else, and I mentioned, like, because they brought up the Bible too, right? And so I was like, I really think, like, the thing is evil, and I brought up that story in the Bible. Uh, y'all remember the story about Moses when he wanted the pharaohs to let his people go, right? And he did everything he could do, and his last ditch effort was to pray to God to bring down a plague on the people. So he told Pharaoh, look, it's a plague gonna come down here, and it's gonna kill all the first sons in in the city, right? So the people that he was holding captive, the Jews, they killed the goat, and they marked their doorsteps, with the goat bloods, signifying, that they are believers. Please pass over us, right? But of course, the pharaohs didn't believe that. Uh, the pharaohs didn't believe it, and so Pharaoh's firstborn son died, and a whole lot of the Egyptian sons died or whatever, right? And then he let his people go, right? Yes, it's still up, Kim 75. Please go take a look at it. It's the one from last night. And it hasn't been. I didn't see it come live today, but so I'm assuming it's the latest live, right? So go look at it. You'll enjoy it, absolutely. And so so he let the people go, right? So that this thing that we're dealing with now, it kind of reminds me of that sort of thing, And then we started talking a little bit about. I brought up what did I bring up? I brought a couple of things up. I can't even remember it all. But anyway, we were talking about that. But I was disturbed by what I seen on the screen, and so I went and I found the video of the thing, and I was like, wow, look at this. And Marilyn Manson. Let me show y'all Marilyn Manson if y'all don't know who he is. I found it very interesting that so he's at this, he's doing the, can y'all see that? So it's Kanye West, and he's with Marilyn, and on the porch they said he was protesting cancel culture, right? That's what I got from the video. And so on one side of him, this guy with the makeup on, this Anglo, this is Marilyn Manson. Marilyn Manson is a known Satanist. Okay, he worships in the synagogue of Satan. And of course, on the other side is the baby, right? And we all know what he did, right? And so he had these people on the porch. They said it was a replica of the home that he grew up in, and and all of this and all that. And said he was protesting, speaking out against cancel culture. That's what they were saying, right? And so for whatever, I don't know what really Marilyn Manson was supposed to symbolize, because I don't think he's ever been canceled, but it's just the whole thing was just weird. Now here's Marilyn Manson when he was younger, years and years ago, and the other man that you see, his name is Anton LaVey, right? And Anton LaVey is the founder of the Satanist Church. Their symbol is in the background. Do you see that symbol right there? That Baphomet symbol. I did a video about Baphomet too. That's a Baphomet symbol behind them. Is a symbol of Satan, and so he founded the Satanist Church. That's what he did, and I just want y'all to see who it is that Marilyn Manson. He worships Satan. He's a Satanist. He's a known Satanist. He's never denounced that he was a Satanist, and so for that reason, the folks were alarmed when they seen him up there, right? And so I'm looking at the video, and they're doing all of this and all of that, and he's singing. The whole thing was just. I seen a lot of dysfunction. I seen Kanye West ain't never been right since his mama died. Now we all know that, right? I saw at one point of the video, when the video first came on, there's a picture of his mom up on the screen, Donda, and how he's being raised up into the heavens and all of this and all of that. It was a whole lot of imagery going on. And then after he's being raised up, he's falling back to earth. And that Kanye, for what past couple of years, he's been, he says, he's been doing what they're calling Christian music or whatever. I don't know exactly what he's supposed to be, but I do feel like at one point in time, he was searching for God or trying to save his soul, or he was bothered in his soul. Now I've seen videos that allegedly, he sacrificed his mom for fame to the Illuminati. Allegedly that we've all seen the videos, right? And so let me take this off here. And so maybe that, but we know that his mentals had started slipping years and years ago, right? And so maybe that's what was going on with him. I'm not sure, and a lot of people were upset because they seen Marilyn Manson up on that porch. And not even necessarily, I guess some people was upset about they said Marilyn Manson, he's going to court right now about some assault charges. Yes, absolutely. Uh-huh. And so anyway, people upset. They were upset. Now I'm not gonna lie. I was torn when I was watching that video because we know that Kanye is mentally ill, right? But there are varying degrees of mental illness, right? Just let me say this, right? And we know that you can't serve God and man/money at the same time. It ain't gonna work. Something got to give, right? So when you see when I first seen it, I was like, they doing a whole satanic ritual up here, right? And then I got to thinking, well, is he trying to tell people that you shouldn't cancel people because you shouldn't be so no, right? And then at the end of the video, I'm glad you said that, Stephanie, because Kim Kardashian comes walking out in a wedding gown. And I'm thinking, bitch, are you marrying Satan? Like, who are you marrying? Because before she walked out in the wedding gown, Kanye, he sets it inside the house, where the replica of the house that he used to live in, right? He sets himself on fire and walks outside of the house. Of course, he's extinguished or whatever, but he literally was set on fire and walks outside of the house. And then after he does that, you see Kim Kardashian walking down this long, with this wedding gown on, with her face covered, this long train behind her, and after she walked so far, before the video goes off, it's him standing in front of her, right? And I was like, well, okay, so what you trying to say, Kanye? You trying to say you already sold out? You done sold your soul completely to Satan? Like, what? I'm like, wow, he was really doing that, right? And it's very interesting, this type of imagery that's going on right now. I was like, wow, look at this right here. But like I said, when I first looked at it, I was like, this is a whole satanic ritual. And people's just trying to throw it off and say that he had Marilyn Manson and the baby up there for you know to to protest against cancel culture. Marilyn Manson, to my knowledge, ain't never been canceled. He's still twerking around there to the synagogue of Satan. Okay. He probably a high priest. And and another thing I saw was and clearly he's been upset with God since his mama passed away. I think that exaggerated whatever mental illness, he probably had for a long time anyway. We saw how he just really his mental health really declined. You know what I mean? And so we saw that. And so it's just so unfortunate. And so yeah, it is very demonic, very ritualistic. You know what I mean? I'm like, wow, I can't believe he did that, right? And so and another thing that made me feel like it was a whole demonic ritual was the fact that when he's singing some of the songs, when the video when they first, in the first little part of the video, did y'all notice those people, their faces are covered and they got Donda on their backs or something like that. I guess those are supposed to be his disciples, i.e. Satan's disciples, right? And so they're running or trotting around in this long circle at the bottom of the hill from the house. The house is on the hill. It's got a cross on the top of the house and everything. But they're running a circle of them. The big circle of them are running one way, and there's another circle of them running the opposite direction at the same time. Right? That is symbolism. I'm like, wow, okay, he really going there, right? The fire, the girl, it was too much. It was too much. I was like, oh my god, oh my god. And so I feel so bad for the young people, that have no idea. Okay. Oh my god. They're selling their soul for less than 30 pieces of silver for fame. But I think that because Kanye is all the way gone on. Now, I do think that he was really trying to save his soul the best way he could at first. When he first started doing the Christian performances and all this and all that. I really do think that at first. I think though that somewhere along the line, because you can't twerk around and sit in the synagogue of Satan, and be advocating for the victory of Jesus, okay? And so that's not going to work, especially you mentally ill anyway, and your wife is a Kardashian, like i.e. allegedly Albanian witch. All right, that ain't gonna work, right? Especially, if how are you gonna be strong on the word, strong in the blood when you're already mentally ill and you already have animosity towards God because you feel like God, took your mother too soon. But then I heard you sacrificed her allegedly for fame. There's a lot going on with this situation, right? So, but you can't twerk around in the synagogue of Satan. And then while the baby, and I don't even think they were protesting, taking a stand against cancel culture. In my opinion, what they were doing is some kind of, like I said, the baby. When it comes to the baby, so I guess finally sold out now. Because he ain't ready to be canceled. He still want to do music. And would he be in that situation though? I'm talking about the baby. Would he be in that situation if it not been for him talking too much and saying what he's saying in front of the world? So I just found it very interesting that he chose those two. And like I said, when it comes to Marilyn Manson, I mean, everybody know what he about. So I mean, he up there on the porch, he looking bored. And I just couldn't get over the visual of him being on that porch with a cross above his head. I was like, if this ain't you know what? The one sin that can't be forgiven in the Bible is a sin of blasphemy, okay? That was a whole blasphemous ritual that I watched on the video. I was like, oh Lord, I felt uncomfortable watching that video. I turned down the volume. I didn't want to hear those songs. It was too much. Okay? It was too much. I was like, oh my goodness, are they serious? Blue Bottom said, Olivia, one day can you speak on King Solomon's temple? Oh wow. The origin of the different secret societies, such as the Masons and the Knights. Oh Lord, that's a good video. That's a good a video suggestion. Thank you, Blue Bottoms. Thank you. Thank you for suggesting that. So check it out. Tony Hawk State Board is putting blood. I heard about that. I heard about that. I sure did. I sure did. Putting blood in the skateboards and selling them. Yeah. Yes, they're trying to normalize it. Absolutely. Because I truly believe, read my comment, please, before it disappears. Let me go up and try to find it, April. I just want to, you said, okay, I see, Miss Olivia, did you see DMX's funeral and what Kanye did and the performance? No, I didn't. That was part one of the beginning. This album is part two, the end. No, I'm gonna have to go check it out. No, I didn't even watch anything when it came to DMX funeral, but I try to find out. I try to find it. April, thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I didn't know nothing about it. And so uh Lisa Campbell says, excuse me, Aunt Trey. I meant to see Jay-Z. He is the gatekeeper. The reason why I want to read that right there, Lisa, is because they said that what is his name? Jay-Z was supposed to be on that album on one of them songs, but his part was taken out and replaced with another rapper singing that part. Was it the baby that replaced Jay-Z, or it was somebody that replaced his part of the rhyme, right? And whoever knows what that's about. So and then he was Beyonce, and him, Beyonce, Kanye, Beyonce, and Jay-Z, they fell out because he started fooling with that Kardashian chick. But I don't think that was the only reason why they fell out. Last night I was talking about that blood witch that Bill Gates fools around with. I'm not even gonna say her name on here, but if you do some research, you can find out who I'm talking about. Well, that's the very same blood, and I think that's why Bill Gates is getting a divorce right now because of that blood witch. Okay, that bitch do spirit cooking. If you don't know what spirit cooking is, Google it. Right. So before Jay-Z got involved, though, he used to fool around with that same blood witch, right? And Beyonce came along and snatched him away from that blood witch and her blood rituals, okay? And Beyonce invoked her African orishas, okay? That's what Beyonce did, and Beyonce was strong enough to get Jay-Z away from that blood witch, and that blood witch felt the way about it, okay? I'm just saying. And so it was the baby that replaced Jay-Z. Okay. Yeah, so they say he did a verse on there or two, and it was taken out and replaced. I do remember that. And I was kind of wondering why. I found that very interesting as well. Hey Cloud, how you doing? I found that very interesting as well. But the whole thing, as far as I'm concerned, it was a whole ritual, okay? I was like, oh, look at this right here. And I mean, they could try to say it was because they was protesting. Uh, yeah, Natasha, have you ever heard of that? I've talked about that blood witch on my channel before. I sure have. I don't want to say her name though. Child. And so, yeah, I found it out very interesting. The whole thing, I was like, wow, okay. All right, this is what we're doing. But it seems like you're getting more and more. And, it's particularly blasphemous to me to be acting like you praising God, but you worshiping Satan and these young people because you're using the word Jesus and God and all of this and all that. And we know that Satan is nothing more than a deceiver. And who are you worshiping really? And why did you have your wife come down there in that wedding gown? Like, what was that about, Kanye? Because it wasn't about you and her. Okay? I said, look at this right here. That tripped me out, but I just wanted to bring it up right there because that sparked my attention because I hadn't even heard nothing about that until I was out looking at Pizarro's live. And I was like, wow, they doing it like this? Child. And I also, what else did I want to talk about? I said something on the live last night about, I don't know if a lot of people caught that. And I've said it before, how I felt like, since we were talking about Jesus and God, how I felt like the Jesus that we know as the Jesus in the Bible may not have been the actual Jesus, in my opinion. If there actually, is a Christ, right? Because some people question if it is or not, right? Some people question that. And so, but now just let me say that some people question that if there was a Christ or not, but they don't question if there is God because we know that there is God, right? But I always wondered what if the Jesus, the Christ that they put towards us was not actually the Christ? What if it was John the Baptist? Because we know that John the Baptist was a zealot. We know that John the Baptist, his head was cut off because he would never, never go against God's word. He was steadfast and he was unmovable when it came to the word. You know what I mean? And so, and that made John the Baptist very dangerous. And we know that Jesus was baptized by John the Baptist. And I've always found it put it there. Since you're talking because it's very time he drops the album. Distraction in the front. Absolutely on site. But I don't, young folks, God bless them. And some folks our age too, but child, I didn't even know what was going on with that album. Okay. Until I was on Pizarro's panel last night. Child, I really had no idea. I'm not even lying to you. And so yeah, y'all. I just want to bring that up. But you can't twerk around in the synagogue of Satan and think you're going to find any kind of Jesus at all. It's just not going to happen, right? Anyway, so I found this little, this verse right here. And it says, John the Baptist came neither eating bread nor drinking wine. And you say he is a demon, right? And so I want to bring that part because that's what they were saying about John the Baptist until Jesus started speaking his sermons and gather his disciples and gathering his followers. First, the guy was John the Baptist, right? And like I said, because he was a zealot, because he was not, I'm gonna say he did not have the finesse that Jesus had in the Bible. They wasn't feeling John, okay? But anyway, John the Baptist was born first. And some even question, his birth because of what this verse says, but because of that, they, like I said, he called him a demon. And 34 says the Son of Man came eating and drinking, and you say he is a glutton and a drunkard. Now he talking about himself. He's like, John the Baptist, he was pure. He came in without any stains on him at all, and you called him a demon, right? That's why he was such a zealot, and he was on fire for God, right? And then he said, but here y'all calling me a drunkard and all this and all that, and I'm a son of man. You calling me a sinner, tax collectors, and and a friend, a friend of tax collectors and sinners, and it says, but wisdom is proved right by all her children, right? And what it means by that is you over here trying to judge me on some stuff basically really that you don't know nothing about. The reason why I'm with these, why I pay more attention to these tax collectors and they sinners is because they do not pretend to be perfect, because none of us are perfect. Do you see what I'm saying? And so that's why I was conflicted when I was watching and y'all know I always bring it back around to a full circle, right? That's why I was conflicted at first when I was watching the Kanye West video. So was he trying to embrace, people that have been cast out of the community or cast out of the church? Was he trying to do that, or was it a whole demonic ritual? And so I was conflicted about that, because this verse right here, you know. And so you darn if you do and you darn if you don't, basically, but I have always suspected, in my opinion, that John the Baptist was the Christ. That's just my theory, as opposed to Jesus the Christ, that's talked about in the Bible. But anyway, thank you for joining us, Trey. Thank you. John the Baptist died considered a locust and well, honey. Like I said, Clyde, he was a zealot. He walked with God. He only dwelled among God. What I mean? He was it's like, if you really, pay attention to the teachings of John the Baptist, I don't he was walking with God on earth to the point to, like I said, they felt like he was zealot, but he was so righteous in his ways that I don't even think that he could commune with large groups of people like the Jesus the Christ did. I don't think that he could do that. And maybe that's why the one that got baptized by John the Baptist, maybe that's why they lifted him up. I don't know. I can't even imagine being so with God to the point to where the only other person in the Bible that they talk about that their walk was so deep with God was Enoch. And many people talk about the book of Enoch, but in the Bible literally says that Enoch walked with God. And because Enoch walked with God, he was given great knowledge, a great wisdom, great understanding, but he was kind of a zealot as well, as John the Baptist. Anyway, that's old videos for whole other days. But I want to mention that to you guys, right? And the reason why I want to mention that real quick, and I'm gonna bring it back around to the virus. Y'all work with me here, right? And so the reason why I want to mention that part about John the Baptist is because a lot of people, even if feel like, to me, whether you see the Bible as a book of allegory or you see the Bible as a literal translation, you know what I mean? No matter what you see about it, what you think about it, you will have to admit, honey, that there is absolutely something going on around here. Okay, darn near the whole dang on world is going through something, right? Especially here in America. You got one side of the country dealing with hurricanes and floods and all this and all that. You got the other side of the country. California is on fire. What they call it, the city of angels. California is on fire. It's just crazy. It's a lot going on. And all of this in the midst of a global pandemic. All these natural disasters in the midst of a global pandemic. I'm real sorry. I really feel bad for the people in Louisiana, because I saw some stuff on the news about, have the Cajun, what they call the Cajun Navy. Man, those guys are great, right? Coming in with those boats and helping those people. I seen old people, being brought downstairs and put in the boats of the Cajun Navy people. I seen one clip of, it was this old lady. She had a walker in front of her, and she was just, walking through the water. I was like, oh my God. And I hate that Louisiana have to go through, stuff like, but at least the levees didn't break, so I hopefully that's a good thing. You know what I mean? And so it's just like, oh my God, I just really feel bad for them. I feel bad for anybody going through something like that, because like I said, that you're going through all of that, but you still got that dang old virus beating you down. It's just crazy, So yeah, I just I'm just praying for them. It's unfortunate. It's oh my God, like I can't imagine. I don't want to imagine, But like I said, you got that going on, and then you got, like I said, the flooding, and then you got California on fire over there. They don't, our children. I feel like our children are under attack. It's a lot going on. It's too much, you know. But anyway, the reason why I mention that is because, like I said, whether you think the Bible is allegory, whether you think that whatever you think about it, um, say California is not on fire. Well, I didn't say the totality of California, but I've been seeing footage of a couple of days about how Lake Tahoe is on fire and some other places. The whole towns have been burnt down. Do you think that's just propaganda? That's not the truth? Okay, well, I don't live in California, so all right. I hope it's not the truth that people are losing their homes and having to deal with that, and the pandemic at the same time. I hope so. So okay. Anyway, like I said, whether you believe the Bible is a book of allegory or not, a lot of things that are going on right now seems to be, you know, insinuating that we are closer and closer. We are getting closer and closer to the end, to the final days. You used to, when you was young, you used to hear old people, talk about the rapture and talk about, the end of days and, all this and all that. You never really paid attention to it. But with what's going on right now, I mean, oh my goodness, it's like you can't escape some type of trauma, you know. And even if you're not in one of these zones, like I said, you got the virus. A lot of people spending time at home. A lot of people are way too invested, in the internet, because one reason why is because everybody's so segregated because of this virus. It's just crazy. It's just crazy to me. California is on fire. Lake County. Wow. See, I'm on the coast. We're not on fire. Well, I thank God that where you are, you're not on fire, because this lady just said that California is on fire, Lake County. So, and like I said, we've seen, I mean, I've seen footage. I'm sure you all have seen footage when it comes to California, those wildfires being born out of control. I seen a video this morning. There was fires at the top of this high hill, right? And below that hill was a road, right? But below that road was the bottom, like, of the hill. So the fire that was on top, it was, the sparks were falling down to the lower part, and where the fire was burning up on top, it was causing a fire below. I mean, it was causing fires below, and the road is in the middle. I was like, wow. I was like, oh my God. Child, Thank you, Queen of the South. That was scary to me. I was like, oh my God, y'all please hit the like button if you haven't. Thank you so much. But yeah, man, it was crazy. So there's a lot going on. But those fires are very scary. And I've also seen video. I mean, I know you call it propaganda, but I've seen video of whole towns being burnt down and these people crying. And this man said, I bought my home last year, and it was the home of my dreams. And I was like, oh my God. It's be a lot going on. People, they knocking on people's doors, making them leave, get their stuff together, a few things together, throw it in the car, because you have to leave the area because your area is almost engulfed in the fire. Child, there's a lot going on. It's just so sad. And like I said, Louisiana, we know what's happening with the flooding down there, the after effects of Ida. It's just a lot. It's too much. But anyway, I'm praying that everybody be safe. Uh, and yeah. It's a lot going on in this world right now. So it would really make you it's made me take a second look at the book of Revelations. And I don't know if I mentioned it last night. I mentioned John the Baptist, but when it comes to the book of Revelations, we know that they say Saint Peter, or Peter, if you will, um, is the one that wrote the letters to the seven churches, about the revelations, the coming of Christ the second time. No more water but fire next time. That's what the old people used to say. First time he came, water, burned water. The next time he gonna come spitting fire. No more water but fire next time, right? And so but I have always thought that I've had an alternative opinion of who wrote the book of Revelations, just like I had an alternative opinion about who the Jesus really was, right? And in my opinion, the book of Revelations, yeah, so a lot of people believe that we are living a Revelations right now, right? That's what a lot of people believe, and and then honestly, I can see why they say that somewhat, because y'all do realize that we living in a time when the parable talks about the wheat and the tares, and it says let the tares which are the weeds grow up with the wheat, and they'll be separated as a time of harvest. And it would appear that to me that we're living in a time of harvest, and the wheat is getting the wheat is being separated from the tare, or the weed or whatever. And so, yes, very interesting. I hope y'all paying attention to that. So, yeah, but like I said, for that reason, I believe that the Book of Revelations was written by an astrologist by the name of he was more than an astrologist, but by Nostradamus. That's who I believe wrote the Book of Revelations. And there are a lot of things that I read that point to that as well, and so I find it very interesting. And so, yeah. But anyway, the reason why I said all of that is also when it comes to this virus, that could be seen as a plague, wars, fathers against sons, mothers against daughters, wars and rumors of wars, disease and pestilence, sweeping the land, just so much, just so much, just time and time again, you know, and what was it? Anyway, the book of Daniel is also the end of days. But yes, it is, Klaus. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And so, um, yeah, I just want to bring that up. Let me see. Did I get that other? Because we were talking about that virus, chat. That's why I want to bring it up. A lot of people believe that. You know, there's a war being raged against the righteous right now. And the unprayed up are under attack because they want your soul. And so, yeah. So this right here, I know I mentioned last night on Pizarro's panel, and if everybody was on there, and I've done a video on this before, there was a bill passed um last year in Congress, the 116th Congress. The bill is HR 6666. It's the contract reaching it's COVID-19 testing, reaching and contacting everyone. It's called the Trace Act, right? That was passed last year. And that's what I was telling everybody about. And I didn't know if everybody knew that there was such a thing, but yeah, I mentioned it last night on the panel. And I just want to pull this up for y'all, so that y'all can read it real fast, and urge you to go to congress.gov, I believe, congress.gov, and just kind of read it yourself, the whole thing. You'd be surprised, and then you also realize what they got, put out on the demands, if you will, on this Trace Act, the things that they were proposing to implement. They are starting to roll some of those things out now. I also think that's one reason why our troops are being brought home from all around the world, and not just only Afghanistan, from all around the world, and yeah, yeah, it's a scary time, it's a scary situation. But anyway, I want to pull that up for you guys, and in case you guys want to, go read about the Trace Act that was passed last year, because it affects you as well as your family. And so, yeah. Mm, yep. Yep. Yeah, that's right, Blue Bottoms. It was a song. No more water but fire next time. Your grandma used to sing that song? Yeah, yeah. It comes from a Bible verse. It's gonna rain, better get ready and bear this in mind. God told Noah by the rainbow sign, No more water, but fire next time. No more water, no more water. So yeah, you're right about that. Absolutely. Absolutely. I like it. That's all right. That is what's up. And so anyway, yeah, that's the last. Lord, I don't change the overlay. I don't turn the overlay into like a my very own version of a PowerPoint presentation or some type of slideshow. It's just the part where you download your overlays, y'all. So, but yeah, but I be on the phone all the time. So shoot, this is easier to get on that computer. And so that's why I be doing it. Child, it is a lot easier, but it's so much going on. I don't know if you guys looked at my community wall, or even if you were, I'm gonna have to get off here. Or thank you, Heat Wave, or even if you're interested. But I put a news report on my community wall last night, and it was about day 8. Today's day 9, but it was about day 8 of the R. Kelly trial, honey. I was like, oh Lord. Claude said, I remember you did a video about the yes, Claude. Sure did. Sure did. Um, so yeah. That made me forget my train of thought. What was I getting ready to say? Um Shoot, made me forget. Anyway, let me get out here. Cloud sidetracked me. I don't even know what I was going to say there. Went right up out my head. But yeah, y'all go check that out if y'all want to. Oh, the R. Kelly child, thank you. Child, the trial is a mess. But y'all go look at that little quick news article, that little news report that's on my community wall, child. I was like, oh my God. He picking up the little male workers at the round there to the McDonald's, child. He picking up the little boys that work at the McDonald's. I was like, oh goodness, what is going on? I was like, ooh, he's doing too much. Child, y'all gotta go listen to what they said on day 8 of the trial though. Okay, I can't. Child, I'm not finna repeat that here. I was like, ooh, it's pretty gruesome. I don't know, but R. Kelly, I don't even know why he think he get. Some people think he gonna get out of jail too. No, honey, you the whole sacrifice. They putting you up on Front Street. You gonna be the face of sex trafficking, and the face of what was it, the Epstein's and the Weinsteins. You gonna be the face of all that, buddy. Yeah, that's why you're in jail right now, if you ask me. And so yeah. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get off of here. I've been on here for far too long. Thank you guys for tuning in today. I appreciate you guys. Please hit that like button on your way out the door if you haven't. Thanks for joining me. Please hit that subscribe button if you want to. Please consider it, and hit that share button if you will. And I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Love you guys. Bye bye. Peace.